Well, hello. For the next couple of minutes, I will examine the ways in which misogyny, defined as the hatred of women, is portrayed as a global issue in two texts, both different in style and written in different periods of time. The first text that we have over here in the left, it's an extract from the song Superman, written by the American rapper Eminem and published in 2002. It is important to mention the time and space of both texts in order to show that the global issue that the texts have in common has prevailed over time. The second text I am working with is an extract from The Color Purple novel, a novel written by the American author Alice Walker and published in the year 1982. So we have a difference of 20 years between the two texts, but however, the global issue is present. Well, let's start with the first one. The title of the first text makes an allusion to the DC Comics superhero Superman. The author uses the name of this superhero in the chorus with the phrase, "I can't be your Superman," which I'm showing right here. The meaning behind the phrase is that the author, as a man, cannot be there to save the women. And this is a very, very common misogynist thought, which is that women, or women in general, need or has the necessity of a man in order to be safe or be comfortable. The song in general is emotional and it relates to the author's relationship history with women. The extract starts with the second verse of the song. Here, the author shows that he loves women, with phrases as, "Don't get me wrong," I quote, "Don't get me wrong, I love these hoes." Well, not just in women, which is what he shows in this text, is also defined as a misogynistic future. The essence of this song in general is the style in which the author's choice of words represents the female gender. For example, he uses the word hoes and sluts in order to refer to women. Then, through the chorus, the author once again refers to women with the word, and I quote, "bitches," as he mentions in the phrase, "bitches, they come, they go." This is something that we can see over here. The use of rhymes, it's found throughout the whole extract and song, which is common. It's a common characteristic of rappers. Well, the general use of language throughout the entire song, and of course also the extract, is colloquial, informal, and full-filled with slangs. And we can also find many mistakes within grammar, since the author decides to write many contractions, and sometimes contractions that are not official, as wanna instead of want to, and kinda instead of kinda. This is on purpose, since the author decides to show a more aggressive and angry tone with this use of language. Also, thanks to this specific use of language, the message, which is disgust towards women, is received by the reader or listener, and this message is received more effectively. It's more direct. And also, the text does not demand an extensive knowledge or analysis from the reader. Misogyny also manifests in numerous ways, including sexual objectification. This issue is present in the text, represented with phrases as, and I quote, "Yeah, we fucked, bitch, so what?" That's about as far as your body goes. Meaning this that the author believes women are not people or normal persons, but just sexual objects. Moving on with the second text, the text is an extract from a letter written by Celie, main character of the novel and who throughout the whole story is abused both verbally and physically by her husband, Albert, who she refers only as Mr., since she doesn't know his real name until the very end of the novel. In the extract, Celie has the courage to finally get rid of Albert and his constant abuse. However, he doesn't like the idea and starts saying numerous misogynist epithets. I quote, but what you got, you ugly, you skinny, you shape funny, you too scared to open your mouth to people. All you fit to do in Memphis is be Chuck's maid, which is another character, and maybe just slop her and maybe cook her food. You're not that good a cook either. And this house ain't been clean good since my first wife died. And nobody crazy or backward enough to want to marry you, neither. What you gonna do? Hire yourself out to a farm? He laughed. Maybe somebody let you work on the railroad. As we can see, this represents a very strong dislike from Mr. or Albert towards the feminine gender, with phrases as you skinny, you ugly, and later on it's better because he mentions who you think is you. You can't curse nobody. Look at you, you black, you poor, you ugly, you a woman. Goddamn, he say, you nothing at all. So this is a way in which misogyny is present in this text, in the extract to be more specific, by the hate Albert or Mr. shows towards Celie. Also, misogyny is manifested through the violence against women. Throughout the novel, Mr. constantly abuses physically Celie, and this is shown in the extract with the phrase over here, I probably didn't whoop your ass enough. This text doesn't only share a common global issue with the previous text, but also the language used is as well colloquial and full of mistakes. In the case of this text, right, in the case of the color purple, is due to or because of Celie's features as a character, that she finds some troubles with writing and reading in general. And basically, in this way, it is shown how a global issue as misogyny, for example, can be portrayed in different styles with the use of language and literature, both in fiction and non-fiction text. It also shows how the same global issue can be present through different time periods, cultures, races, or nationalities, and also shows that sometimes the global issue comes from the author himself or herself, as is the case of the first text, in which is the author himself who shows this hate against women. Or it can be, as in the second one, where the author decides to show this global issue through fictional characters instead of showing her own emotions, and instead of showing her own emotions, she uses characters instead.